Hello, everyone. I've been asked. I have this channel talking about what AI can do and how it can help professionals and how it can help businesses and entrepreneurs. But a lot of you have been asking about all these AI fails and about more details about it. And by a lot of you, I mean a couple of you, because, I don't get that many comments or messages. So I thought I would, because all these mistakes that are happening, these AI fails, they really stem from the fact that people are using AI incorrectly. And I'm really trying to help people not do that. And this was a big one. This was Deloitte using AI incorrectly with the Australian government. And I featured this in one of my newsletter editions. Let's delve a bit more into depth about this here. This AI report that was done by Deloitte, AI submitted this report to the Australian government and no one noticed about it until this academic guy was going through it and saw that a bunch of stuff was attributed to his colleagues. There we go. It was Chris Rudge. I don't want to give the wrong name. And he's from the University of Sydney, and he was going through it, and he started coming up with names of his colleagues, and it says here, points attributed to his colleagues. I read the names of the works, and they were fake because I work in the area and I know my colleagues' work. And what happened was there were names of works that were wrong, a name of the judge was wrong, and also it attributed books that had not been written by these people to these people. Anyway, a bunch of mistakes were being made, and it was obviously completely wrong. And this guy, he's an academic, and so he figured it out and he found them, and he's like, what the hell's going on? He's like, once I discovered one, I discovered more and more. And yeah, fabricated quotes. I can link to this article down below, but basically it talks about all these mistakes that it had made and all these issues that it had. So a couple of things I should mention. First of all, Deloitte has corrected these. As you can see, it uploaded a new version of the report saying a small number of corrections of references and footnotes were made. These were crucial. I don't care if it was small number or large number. It has not confirmed that the mistakes were due to AI. However, it did say that AI was used. I think it mentions it here. And it used Azure, which Azure OpenAI GPT. Azure is basically, it gives access to, OpenAI, to Meta, Mistral, and some other ones. Anyway, they were using Azure, but they have not admitted that mistakes were due to AI. So anyway, as I've mentioned before, and I need to mention this again, I guess I need to mention in every video. Obviously, I'm not a tech guy. And so people who are more tech can get into the nitty gritty about this stuff. But let me comment regardless from my point of ignorance. My guess is that what happened here is that they farmed this out to some other consultant or company, and this other person used AI, and then Deloitte didn't catch it. And I just say this because I'm going to assume that they had not used AI themselves and not checked it, but they just weren't able to find it in someone else's work. Maybe they did use it themselves. Maybe they were stupid enough to do that. But anyway, my guess is that they farmed it out. Oops. I just hit my microphone there. My guess is they just farmed it out and someone else used it and they just didn't catch it. And from now on, they're going to be a lot better at catching it. And so what they've decided is that they're going to refund the government. They're not refunding everything, by the way. They're refunding, I think, about a bit less than 100,000 out of the 444,000 that they made. They've admitted that something went wrong, but they haven't admitted that it's AI. My guess is from here on out, this doesn't mean that they're going to stop using AI. I think they're still going to keep using AI. What they're going to do is they're going to get a lot better at detecting AI. And so a lot of the works that come out, you won't be able to tell that they're AI. What's going to happen is that they're going to keep using AI, but they're going to become a lot better at the post-editing part, like quality control in terms of AI. So is this good or bad? Well, it's fine, as long as they can control it and have critical thinking when they control it. The problems are, first of all, in terms of confidentiality, because once again, any information you plug into AI ends up on a database somewhere, so you have issues there. And B, it means that all the answers are going to be kind of standardized and there'll be a lot less thinking outside the box, which AI is not as good as doing, right? Because it just compiles all its answers based on everything that it's seen thus far in the past. That's my guess. Again, my completely uneducated guess. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what happened here in Deloitte, there in Australia. As I mentioned before, everyone's using AI by now, and all the mistakes are going to be people who don't know how to use AI and think they do, and they're going to make these dumb mistakes. But there you go. That was pretty much what happened. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. I'll link to this article, which talks a bit more about it, so you can kind of get a better idea. And at least this one isn't paywalled, because there's another one that was paywalled, which annoyed me, because I could access it before, but now I can't. And by the way, there was a PwC case that was sort of similar. I didn't mention it in the newsletter, but yeah, similar things have been happening and probably will happen. I just think they're going to get better at detecting these. They're still going to use AI, but they're going to be more selective in the way they use it, like I mentioned. So yeah, hopefully you found that interesting. Yeah, if you want me to tackle other stuff that's been going on with AI and the mistakes that have been happening or something, feel free to let me know. It's always interesting to look at. And I think there's a lot to learn from the mistakes people make, because all these AI fails that you see, it's basically people not knowing how to use AI and how to use it correctly. And that's why they fail at them. And so it's very important to know how to use AI correctly so you don't make these mistakes. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Everyone's using AI, but don't panic. Here's what I learned. AI won't replace you. It amplifies you. AI is your eager intern. For job searches, resume writing, and much, much more. AI for professionals and entrepreneurs shows you how. 71% of employers now prefer AI experience. Get prompts, templates, and workflows. Work with AI, not against it. Available now on Amazon. Stop panicking. Start thriving.